Mad Max 6. We are here for JayTV and it's Muscle Beach TV, and I have the great pleasure to have someone for the very first time on JayTV, not for the first time doing an interview, but on JayTV, the great Dennis Wolf in his home in Las Vegas. Dennis, welcome to Muscle Beach TV.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for visiting me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this interview.
So D, it's been a long time since we had the chance to talk. I think the last time was I would say like when you still competing at the Arnold Classic and you had won. I think I was that far back. That's been a long time.
I think so, yeah. That was the interview we did last time, yeah. It's been
How many
like,
years?
man, 6 years.
Time flies. It ages us.
Insane, insane, yeah.
So D, thanks for having us in your home. We have a lot to talk about. I want to talk about current event. And I want to talk about the Olympia, but I want to go back a little bit and talk about your beginning in bodybuilding, because we were just talking off camera earlier, and you told me a lot of things that I've never actually heard before. So I want to go back a little bit, and even though you had a great career, I want to kind of take people back a little bit and tell them how you started, how you got on the map, and how you actually made your move to United States and everything. So take me back a little bit. First of all, how old are you right now?
Well, I'm 42. Just turned 42 last week. Yeah.
Happy birthday. Still a baby.
Thank you. Yes, yes. Getting older, but yeah, I think, but not wiser. So that's the thing, usually you think, oh, you get wiser, but I don't know, man.
You're still young at heart.
What's going on right now is just crazy, right?
Yeah. So I actually heard from you way long time ago on a French bodybuilding website. I remember a friend of mine actually had posted some picture of you. I don't know which show it was. I think it was a German Grand Prix or something like that. And very impressed. And this guy was telling me, this is the next big thing, Dennis Wolf. And you actually had that look, who kind of looked like a young Jay Cutler. And I'm sure you've heard that many times before. So talk to me a little bit about you beginning in bodybuilding, and what year did you actually start training for the very competing for the very first time, and take me back a little bit.
Okay, I started bodybuilding in late 97, early 98, and my first show was 99. So I was kind of really rushed to the prep, or into the prep, because I had many guys in the gym who was like talking to me, you're planning to compete or things like this. I was like, damn, I don't even know what you're talking about, what compete in what. So and then one guy who I met in the gym, he became later a friend of mine. He took me to another city to meet another guy who owned the gym and was preparing some athletes for the show. And we spoke to them, and 2 months later was the show. So I was kind of really rushed into the preparation for that show, and the problem was, I was turning 21 the week before the show, so I had to compete in the open man class, not the junior or things like this. So I went straight to the bigger guys line up. I was weighing, I don't know, maybe 93 kilos. So that was my first show.
What is that in pounds?
I would say 200. What is it? 202.
Really?
Yeah, 200 pounds. Yes.
How tall are you?
6 foot. Yeah,
Okay.
6 foot tall.
Wow.
So 182 centimeters.
Okay.
Yeah, I did well. So I did the newcomer. So that's obviously first timers who compete on stage, and in the open class I was fourth.
Wow.
So yeah, I didn't get my qualification for the German nationals, and came back a year later with 20 pounds more muscle.
Wow.
And won the overall championships.
Wow.
So I get my qualification for the German nationals, and lost to a guy who came from nowhere and didn't look nice or beautiful, or kind of had a nice physique, but somehow he won. So I got pissed and didn't want to compete. And later on, I was invited from Ed Connors.
Ed Connors?
Yes, Ed Connors, to California with my wife together. So we were surprised, and yeah.
You were married already, so you got married young.
I was married already. I got married with, I was 23, 22,
Wow, okay.
yes, yeah, in 2003. So, and yeah, we came to America, but by the way, I once in America, in Philadelphia. A very good friend of mine. He is a reverend, yeah, Dr. Reverend Brown. He invited us to. That's where we got married. You know, yeah, we got our marriage license in Delaware and got married in Philadelphia.
Oh wow, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so
Okay.
most people come to Vegas to get
Yeah,
married.
you
so
go to Delaware.
yeah, I go to Delaware. So and then we were here. Really, Ed took care of us. We got the house, which you know. So you know, Ed is not real estate, but he's kind of
He's an
flipping the
architect.
homes,
Yeah, yeah,
architect, and flip the homes. So he buys, renovates them, and sells them. So and we had like 2 weeks amazing time. Me and my wife.
Where did you go exactly?
Palm Desert.
Okay.
Palm Desert. We stayed in Palm Desert, and we made a trip to Vegas. We flew from Palm Springs, really just the smallest plane I ever flew with, and with a lot of turbulences. And we landed in Vegas. You know, Ed wants to give some great experience to young bodybuilders, so they have this motivation and you know, mindset to reach the goals. He's kind of showing everyone what is possible in life. So he took us to Vegas. We flew to Vegas, stayed there for 3 days, had a lot of fun. Really, then drove back. That was like.
So you rented a car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Exactly. So we kind of had an adventure in these 2 weeks. It's unbelievable. And then I came back, and a year later I won the overall title at the German Nationals and asked for pro card.
Okay.
The pro card was denied.
Why? Did they give you a reason?
No, they changed the rules again. So it was the
That
thing.
used to be a problem. in
Yeah, the
Europe,
things that was the thing. You know, the year before, I think 3 athletes turned pro. One of them, I think, or 2 of them. One just in the German nationals, but one was just second. It was never a champion. So and a year later, I was the overall champion, and I mean, everybody knew that, you know, I had the chance to be a good professional
That's right.
athlete.
The talent, yeah.
Exactly. So you could see the talent. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like with Jay or other guys
You
who
can tell.
like they're young and you see it right away.
Yeah.
So and yeah, it was denied. They said I have to go to the World Championships and placed in the top 5. Well, half a year later, I went to China. Before that, you need to qualify, of course. You know, I won the qualification, went to China, and won the overall title. That was like the craziest thing ever happened to me. You know, I didn't expect that. So my goal was to be in the top 5, so just to get this freaking pro card, right? So that was just amazing. And yeah, then I came back. I couldn't sleep for, I don't know, a week or so.
From excitement?
Yes, excited and like, man, just my life changed because, you know, you reach your first set of your goals, you know, so that was the first goal I wanted to reach, and I did it. And we came home, and I had already a sponsorship offer from Nutrix.
Wow. Oh, I remember that.
Yes. So, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. So, you know, that was just, like I said, in the beginning, when you're young and set your goals, you kind of have fun and enjoy that to you know, to reach them, or just kind of trying to reach them, right? If you're getting older, this fire is not there anymore. So, and that's what I miss right now. So the thing is, then I became professional and got right away a photo shoot with Kevin Horton. Albert Buzek set it up. He came right away. I think 3 days or 4 days after I won the World Championships title.
He went to Germany?
He went to Germany, yeah, from
Really?
England, yes,
Wow.
right away. And that's how I came or how I get my first flex cover.
Exposure.
Yeah,
Yes.
in United States.
Yes.
And you know what? The cover, the flex cover, came out in March. It was the time of Arnold Classic. So I came first time to America, first time to Arnold Classic, to Nutrix booth. And
What year was that?
2006.
Okay.
So, and
Oh,
you know,
nice.
everybody kind of, hey man, walking around with the flags and like, hey, that's the guy,
Good
you know,
timing.
because you know, I probably looked like I like Jay Cutler a little
Yes.
bit, just a little bit taller, maybe
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
skinny at the time because you know everybody knew Jay was like
But
massive,
small waist. I
massive.
remember your waist being so small.
Yes,
Like,
yeah,
people like that about the
that
shoulder
was the
to waist ratio.
the
Yeah.
biggest plus point,
Yeah.
and I think that's why I got this attention, of
Yeah.
course, and blonde and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
tall, and yeah, that's how I get in this industry. You know, world champion, cover, and being at the expo in the first year before I competed as a professional.
That's awesome. So you actually competed for the first time in Germany, but you're not from there. You're actually born somewhere else. So take me back a little bit and why you actually went to Germany. So where were you born and how did you end up in Germany?
That's correct. I was born in former USSR, Kyrgyzstan. It was a part of USSR because they were all these small countries united,
Right.
like in the
Right.
EU right now.
Yeah.
So at the age of 10, we moved to Russia because my mom is German, my dad is Russian. So and there were already plans to get to Germany, you know, to move to Germany. And from Kyrgyzstan, it was very difficult. So that's why we moved to Russia, where my grandma was living and all my mom's family.
Okay.
So and they were already planning also to go to Germany. Then yeah, we lived there for 2 years, and after 2 years, we finally moved to Germany. And then yeah, in 2010, I came.
How
to
was
United
life in
States.
Germany compared to the USSR? How did you see it, you know, through your kids' eyes and stuff? How was life much more difficult in Russia? Or?
Look, I was a
Do you
kid.
remember?
Yes, yeah, I remember a lot. I was a kid. So if you're a kid, if you you know enjoy your life, you know you got your food, you got your school, you got
You don't really
your
worry about
friends.
too much, yeah.
You don't worry about anything. So
Ideally.
yes,
It's not always
yes,
the case.
exactly, yeah.
If you have good parents.
Yes, yeah, but you know, just to understand, I never saw my parents during the day, so always in the morning
working.
and late night, you know.
Wow.
So my dad was working as a what is it if you glass. He does all the what is it fancy stuff
Okay.
out of glass.
Like decoration.
Yeah, decoration, glasses, all the stuff.
Okay.
And this is kind of yeah hard job, and he was always like you know not there, so that was the thing. My mom also always working, so I don't really can say okay that was so bad or not, but I understand now
Yeah.
how bad it was if you just think back what was going on, all the
Yeah.
stuff, why people left the countries
Yeah.
at the time, you know.
For a better life. Did you have any siblings? Any brothers and sisters?
Yes, at the time I had a brother, and I was 19, no 17. Got another brother, so I have two
Okay.
brothers.
Wow.
Yes, yeah. So,
Okay. What are their names?
my younger brother is Carl, and the youngest brother is Nick.
American names.
Yeah,
All of you guys.
probably short names.
Okay. So tell me, when did you? Because most of the people who move to the United States have dreamt about it for a long time. I sure have. You know. So when did you actually make the conscious decision? I would love to move to the United States and make a life over there for myself. How old were you?
Look, I think when I was a kid, I came with the connection with the action movies. You know, Arnold, Van Damme, Stallone. Look, that's already kind of man.
Yeah.
Damn, that's so cool. You know, that's like
Badass.
something different than in Russia or Kyrgyzstan. You know, so and then as I start following bodybuilding and Arnold and all the stuff, start competing first time, and as I understood that I have talent, then I'm kind of started making another like goals, not you know, or setting dreams, you know, dreaming big. Then it came in place. Like, man, I want to go there. You know, and just maybe at least to visit first, and then maybe to move. You know, but the thing is, as more I got involved in bodybuilding, the more this California lifestyle came. You know, to sight, kind of. You know, everybody went to California. You know, you see always just promos, kind of bodybuilding, or bodybuilders just train and lying on in the sun at the beach, So that was bodybuilding, Venice Beach, bodybuilding, goals, all this stuff. But when I came to Venice first time, I was, um, yeah, I was overwhelmed. How the American people live, like training, all this sport. I never had this feeling in Germany or Russia, So that was already like, man, wow, this is completely different story here. Then the next time I came to Venice Beach, especially the Golds, I kind of saw the same people. The third time I came to Venice Beach, I see always the same people. So then I start asking myself, what they do? I mean, do they spend all the time in the gym, training
No job.
people, whatever? Yeah, I don't know. So I'm gonna start questioning myself. So what's going on here? And then, as it was closer to my decision to move to America, then I was kind of looking to places which are more kind of more interesting, not just Venice Beach,
Yes.
other states,
Yes.
And then I watched a lot of Jay his videos, of course, and yeah, Vegas was right on top of my picks.
Yeah.
And then we went also to Dennis James before Olympia 2008 for a couple of weeks.
Arizona.
Arizona, yes. So I liked it very much too.
Yes.
And first we wanted to move there, but then my wife wanted more kind of this kind of city or this lifestyle, because I was traveling most of the time,
Yeah.
So my wife was just
Yes,
by herself all
yeah.
the time. So, and if she's not happy
Yeah.
living in the city,
Yeah.
she doesn't like.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to have that. So I let her decide. And Vegas, I mean, I love Vegas too. So
Yeah.
it was a good decision, I guess.
You probably had a preconceived notion of what it was like to be in the States. I remember before I came here, just like you, I lived through the movies and, seeing the kids going in the middle of winter in shorts and shirts, and you're like, oh my God, this is where I want to be, Was America as good as you thought it would be when you first came here, or were you disappointed? Was it better? How was it, compared to what it was in your head?
Um, no, I wasn't disappointed. It was just larger than
Yeah.
I thought, and everything like even the streets, or
Yeah.
if you
cars.
go out, the cars, all this movement, the cities, it's just mega cities compared to Germany or something, So
Yeah.
that was completely different. Um, I was always a fan of American way of life. How the American kind of structures his life. He if an American, he got these opportunities in America. If he wants to do this or this business, he can do it as long as people like it and it works. Why not? But in Germany, it's a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
You pay more taxes and things like that. It just you spend more money to make money.
Yeah.
So, and I like also the patriotism of an American. That gives you this feeling that the Constitution is right. So all this stuff is all everything is separated, and everything has his purpose, and it all has common sense. So that's what I love.
Do you feel that more foreigners actually appreciate the Constitution sometimes? Because they come from somewhere maybe not as good as the United States, and when they come here, they really appreciate it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, I didn't have any interest to do that, because I was too busy with my job,
Right.
all this stuff. But later on, I kind of, if you live in this country for a long time, you feel it, and then you read a lot and kind of study your not your history, but American history. Even now, we had the civic test a couple of weeks ago. Then you kind of need to learn, because you have to give the right answers. You need to know a lot about the American history, and that gives you this feeling that the people made this, so that there's no tyranny or whatever happening, you know. So everything is just as it should be. So, and this is, or you can find this in any country, only here. So, and this is where I'm a big fan of.
You love it here.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that's why, you know, I decided to become American citizen. So
Yeah.
we have tomorrow the oath ceremony.
Yeah.
So yeah.
When do you think that's gonna happen? Do you have a deadline, or do you know?
No, I passed everything. I
Oh,
passed
you-
the test. Yeah,
oh, okay.
tomorrow I have the oath.
Oh my God!
Yes,
Congratulations!
yes,
I didn't
thank
know
you,
that.
Thank you. Yeah, tomorrow
That's awesome.
1 o'clock. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah, tomorrow is
awesome.
official.
Yay. Man, I wish we had the diploma so you could show on TV. I mean, I came one day too early. Wow, that's awesome. Talk to me. I met you, I remember, in 2007 at Milo Sarcev Coliseum. We actually came with Jay for a photo shoot with Chris Lum right before the Olympia. That's the year where you got first place. You came out of nowhere and shocked everybody. And it was so, I was so impressed by you. I remember how wide you were. And Jay's wide. And I remember how wide you were. And you were so excited to see Jay and take pictures and all that stuff. How was that for you to actually meet Jay? Was that the first time you met Jay actually in person over there? Or did you?
No, I met Jay the year before at the Arnold.
Okay, okay.
He came to me and said, "Hey, Dennis." It's like,
You knew who you were?
shit. You know, can you imagine that? I just turned pro, you know, and then always been a fan of like most top bodybuilders, and Jay, of course, and he came to the booth and said, "Hey, Dennis, what's up? You know, welcome." You know, things like that. So I was kind, and I was impressed. I was impressed. So yeah, and in 2007 we met at Miller's gym in Fullerton. Hey, that was unforgettable time. I saw Jay kind of like what 4 weeks out or 6 weeks, something like that. Yeah, yes. And you know, he was shooting with Chris. We were just standing there like, man, that's like, ooh. Because that's a Mr. Olympia, you know. You can compare. You can see it on TV and all the stuff, but if you see someone in person, this is just wow.
What was your goal for that year? Because I remember Milos was pushing you hard for that. He really believed in you. He thought you were going to do great and stuff. And I remember him telling me, "I told Dennis, you gotta go for the win. You gotta go for the win." And you ended up in first place, which I'm sure you were very happy about. But in your head, what was your goal for that year? Do you remember what you were hoping to get for that Olympia?
Well, for the Olympia, I had in my mind to do well. Like top 10 was great for me.
Really?
Yes, yeah, because you know
That wasn't good enough for Milos, I remember.
Oh no, not at all. Because I did not so good a year before my first Olympia, 2006. I was out of top 15. But the year after, I won the Keystone. I was third in New York, and so it was already different. But I understand that to be up there with other top professionals who are longer on stage and longer in this business is tough.
Yeah.
So. And as a second year of my professional career, that would be great to place in the top 10.
Yeah.
And then I was fifth, like.
Oh, you fifth? I thought you were fourth.
No,
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Fifth place, my second Olympia, and the thing was more impressive than the place, the audience. They cheered for me. They cheered for me like my name was just like all the time.
You
like
exploded that year.
oh my God.
Yeah.
And I remember backstage before I went out the first time, at Olympia, Albert Buzek came to me and started taking pictures. Like, man, you're gonna do pretty well today. It's like, are you sure? Like he's like, damn, yes. So and then, everybody was cheering for me, and it was really great show. Anyways, I mean, we got compared and all this stuff. I think the comparison with Jay, not so often. That was the thing. Everybody was like, "Hey, why you don't get this comparison?" But
during the polls down, you.
I was after.
Was
I
great,
went. Yes,
yeah.
because
You got your shot.
Milos told me, doesn't matter who where they place you. If you're standing not next to Jay, just go for it. Yeah. Yeah, but I said, hey, they're gonna move me. Don't worry. I said, no, hey, I can do that. We have rules. He said, no, don't worry. So, and then that was the also one of the impressive things I ever kind of experienced. Triple H was backstage as well, and I was like passing by. I was like, oh. I know this guy from TV, right? Like, it's like, hey, nice to meet you. It's like, hell, nice to meet you. Like, what the fuck? You know, all this stuff. And it's like, hey, where you from? And all this stuff. And that's kind of gave me that push, you know. It's like, man, it's in America, it's really everything completely different and possible. You know, I mean, I met people I was just watching on TV, you know, as a kid or like teeny, you know.
Yeah.
So, and this is just every year spending here just competing or just preparing for the shows got me into it. Just yeah, I want to move to America, and then I signed with one of the biggest sponsors. Yes, in the 2000 end of 2009, so 2010, I moved then to United States.
Yeah, and you moved to Vegas right away, right?
Yes, yeah. They wanted me to move to Florida.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's where you were from.
Yes, yeah. So, but can you imagine? I was like 300 something pounds, and with that climate, come on, I will like will never wear
Too humid.
anything.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
it's like 100% or 90.
yeah.
So, and I remember I went in 2008 to Fort Lauderdale for a guest appearance, and I was dying, man. I was dying. So that's why I choose a drier climate than the
Yeah, that makes sense.
like
You kept competing, you kept getting better until you finally won the Arnold Classic. What year was that? You remember the year?
2014.
2014. Okay, that was a big win for you.
Oh yeah, of course. That was always a dream of mine to win Arnold Classic because I was kind of getting into the sport because of Arnold. You know, so.
What year did you actually? Because you stopped for a minute because you got hurt. Can you talk about what happened when you had your injury? What happened exactly?
Yeah, in 2016, early in 2016, I kind of started feeling some pressure, some pull on my neck. During my flights to my guest posings and seminars. So it's always like beginning of the year and end of the year is like it's a season. You're just on the road, like from Jay probably. So there was the time I had like maybe 5 or 6 weekends in the row in Europe. So every time I was sitting in a plane, I was leaning my head back, and that was a pain, like from the neck until the shoulder, to the shoulder. So and then when I was done with my tour, I was starting, getting some help. Did some MRIs and all stuff. They figured out that that was my C4, 5, 6, and 7. So that was not a good info at the time. So I thought, hey, that's gonna be the end. But
were they compressed, or what was wrong with them?
yeah, yes, most of them were compressed, but between the C5 and 6, there was some broken bones. That's what is saw on MRI.
Okay.
So they need to take it out and kind of seal it. So so the second 5 and 6 were fused. So it's good right now, but it's not the same anymore. So I tried my comeback 2 years later, as you know,
18.
in 18, yes, but it was the worst prep I ever did. Of course,
why was it the worst?
because I was not the same. If your workouts not go as they always did, you're not there anymore. Mentally, you're kind of out. Then, of course, if you don't train right, you cannot eat right. So that was the second problem. So, and then also I was kind of afraid of needles. So that was like the period at the time. So and then the whole prep, I couldn't eat right. I tried to hold on and then just push it through because I promised, and I didn't want to kind of say, oh no, I'm so sick, guys, I can do it. So I said to myself, hey, if you promise that, just push through it, and do what you planned to do. So that's what I did, and I didn't complain during that all, because everybody was asking, everything is well, or is going everything good, and I was always saying yes, it's cool, because if you say anything, they start picking you apart.
Sounds like excuses.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly. So, and when I was doing my comeback, I was already thinking, man, that's really the last time, probably.
Really?
Yes,
You could
yeah,
tell?
yeah, because you feel it. If
Yeah.
if you're not training well, even after the show, there was just still no connection to one side of the body
Oh,
as
really?
before. Yes. So yeah, that sucks. I never thought anything like that will happen to me because most people or most athletes, if they injure themselves, they tear something or but not like
Yeah.
right away.
You were just 40 back then.
No,
2 years ago,
no, no.
2018.
Oh yeah, competing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the injury was 2 years before, so
Yeah,
in
so
16.
38.
So
That's early.
I was in prime.
Yes.
So that kind of backed me a little bit off. Also from this mental
Yeah.
focus on this stuff, because if if you feel and still trying to fight, just you. I was pushing myself, hey, you can overcome that.
Yeah.
That's just maybe the beginning. It's coming back, the feeling and all the stuff. But week by week, it's not getting better. And then you kind of start giving up right
Mentally,
here, mentally. So, and then if this is not connected to whatever you do, it's not gonna going well anyways.
Was it hard to actually make that decision to say, to transition from competitive bodybuilding? Because you're still involved in the industry. You were telling me you were doing a lot of business in Germany. You were promoting shows, possibly opening a gym and stuff. Was it hard to make that decision from transitioning from bodybuilding to non-bodybuilder? It's like, gotta be hard, especially when you're still young.
Yeah, it took a while, and sometimes I think, really sometimes, I think I'm still not over it.
I know.
Sometimes.
You're still young.
Yeah,
Look at Dexter, 50
that's
years
the thing.
old.
Yes, exactly. if I see Dexter, I'm like, man,
I still got
this
some good
guy-
years in me.
This guy was professional. I wasn't even training, and I'm kind of retired and hurt, and he's still there.
I know.
So yeah, well, hey, Dex, heads
off,
off,
yeah.
man. Wow,
He's
just
unbelievable.
wow, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unbelievable. In your head, did you have like, before you got hurt, did you have like a specific amount of time you want to keep doing this? What was your, let's say, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm 40, 42 and retired. Did you have like a preconceived idea or did you not know?
No. I was like, like I said before, I was in my prime.
Yeah.
You don't think about that, you know. So of course, I had always some thoughts. What's gonna happen when I'm 45, or what do you want to do?
That seems so far away when you're young.
Always. But then, boom, and it's
you're
like
there.
5 years gone, Well, it happening a little bit, In the beginning, it was like, oh, I want to do this and that, and then I did a couple things which didn't work out pretty good because there was really bad management and all the stuff. So that was kind of new, new land, kind of new territory for me. So it was kind of I was not sure it's gonna work and stuff like that. So because I had no experience in anything, because I mean, I'm a professional bodybuilder. That's what I can, and that's what I did.
Did you always want to do? I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no, good.
Was it always what you're gonna want to do? What did you go to school for? What before you got into bodybuilding and you knew you could be good at it and make a living? What did you want to do as a grown up?
Look, that was always kind of thing. I wanted to be mechanic,
Okay.
right? The problem was I spoke to like 10 companies, and they didn't take me.
Really?
Then I tried as a painter, and the first guy he took me because like, yeah, yes, come
I
on.
need some help.
Yes, so, and that's how I went. I became a painter, and that's what I did, besides of bodybuilding. So that was my occupation. But I was always, or my dream was to be a mechanic, so just with
Why
the
did you like
cars and
mechanic?
stuff. I don't know.
You like cars?
Yes, yeah, of course. But I think that's just sometimes the way goes not always straight. I mean, I like to be a painter too because I couldn't be anyone I wanted.
Yeah.
Because if you're young, you can, yeah, you can learn so fast. And anyways, if you're good with work, you know, I mean, you can be anyone.
If you're a hard worker, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Were your parents supportive of your bodybuilding career? Did they think it was a good choice for you? Or no? No.
No, not in the beginning. No,
Yeah.
no. I mean,
You're wasting your time.
of course, wasting your time, wasting your health, and you know how media works. Anything what you see on TV, or that was in Germany at the time, with bodybuilding, it's always doping. Always there's doping and there's all steroids. It's always.
Do you know that?
I mean, if you see that like 3, 4 times a year on TV, that all bodybuilders just, you know, that's it. And excuse me, that was the problem. Okay. And you know, but the thing was, I was always kind of, I was doing my thing. Yeah. You know, I never wanted. Yeah. I never wanted to just working from, you know, from morning to evening, and on the weekend having party or whatever. So that's what normal people do, right? So that's the life, right? So I wanted to do something else. So can you imagine that if you just go to work and you don't like it, and just, you know, but you need that because you want to reach that goal. You want to be a professional athlete. So, and that was like for years on my mind. So, but that's a good thing because you have your goal set. Yeah. You know, it doesn't matter what, you overcome this, and it doesn't matter what you need, you kind of made it. You know, so if you like as I came to America, every bodybuilder who was bodybuilding, they had no job. I was asking myself, how this even possible? Yeah. I was having my job and was working at the door at the club. It's a security guy. Bouncer, yeah. So bouncer, yes. So that was, you know, how I could how do you call it? Live like a bodybuilder, you know. So there's always, you need money to do the sport. Exactly. So and if you, like I said, if you have it in your mind and you are young, that's just go for it.
What did your parents say when you became big time? When you got recognition, you got in front of the magazine, you started getting contract. What did they say then? Did they say anything?
Well, you know, after a while, you know, I started winning shows, and then, you know, there was one when I don't know I should say it or not. But I called my dad. Like I was on my way from German championships, you know, just won overall title. I was like, yeah, I won. Well, yeah, how many times already? Like, you know, so yeah, so you won, yeah, again. So it's like, oh, okay.
That doesn't translate in money yet.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, yeah, have a good night, yeah. And then as I won the world championships, that was already a different story, you know. Yeah. That's because I became kind of popular in our circles, media-wise, and all this stuff. Came on TV, you know, and became contracts. Yeah. Of course, I think after that, my parents were just worried about my life, so I just waste my time and do this stuff and don't kind of do a career as whatever I wanted to be. But I wanted to be a bodybuilder, you know. So and then I made it. Yeah.
They know you're happy now, and they're happy for you.
Oh, you know, that maybe I just take it like that because, you know, I was kind of maybe expecting more. Kind of, oh man, you won. Hey, you're the best, whatever. That would have been nice. Yeah, but my dad like, yeah, okay.
He's not impressed.
But after that, hey, he was one of the biggest fans too.
Oh, I mean, okay.
Every time, you know, I was competing at the Olympia, he was like, man, your back is like.
That's a big deal.
Yes, and then I don't understand, you know, why they pushing you back, you know, why, I don't understand that. So, you know, I think it's just how you understand that. Because if you're younger, you're kind of always like more aggressive because you want to reach your goal and all this stuff. And if someone kind of against that or kind of reacts negatively on it, you're kind of pissed. That's it, I guess. But I think they always supported me because whenever I asked for, they gave it to me. You know? So
I'm sure they're proud. Sometimes parents have a hard time saying they're proud. They are. They just they tell other people.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. That was like story. You know, they buy Flex or MD magazine in Germany. Yes. Ooh, she's like, oh wow. And Mama, it's my son.
Yeah.
No way. No way. No way.
Are you like famous back home when you go back and visit your parents? Or people like, are you like a big celebrity over there?
I'm not really, you know.
No.
I mean,
They don't care?
in the prime times, you know, of course.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, they're yeah. I mean, the family, they haven't seen me for years, you know.
Yeah.
So when I was there, they tried to see me, you know,
Yeah.
because that's a big difference, you know,
Yeah.
to read that
Yeah.
or to see him that like talk to him, hey man. And I remember my cousins, all like, man,
You're the one who made it in the United States.
I'm the only one who made it probably in anything
Yeah.
from all my family
Wow.
because like no, none of them did some sports or whatever, you know.
great.
So yeah, so
Wow.
I'm kind of the only one. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's great, but yeah, I mean, it's just if you don't try it, you never know.
You have to try.
Yes,
You
yeah.
have a dream. You have to
If
go
you're
after it.
young,
Yeah.
that's easier than if you're like 50 years old and you wanna just make another career. I mean,
I
it's all possible. It's all possible, but it's not that easy anymore.
No.
You know,
You're right.
like you know, we talked before. If you're young, you kind of
Yeah, nothing
just
to
straightforward,
lose.
nothing
Yeah.
to lose. You know, you don't have a house or whatever. Just you have to pay for, or at least the car or whatever. You know, so you're afraid to lose your job.
Yeah.
Things like this, or you know, you're afraid to stop that, or you know, and start something new. So
Yeah.
that's man, it's always money behind it. It's the wealth and everything.
Let's talk about the Olympia for a second. So, Phil obviously has won 7 titles, lost it in 2018 to Sean Roden. What did you think about that call? Were you at the Olympia in 2018? Did you see it?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
was there.
were
I
you
was
there?
live.
What did
yeah.
you think?
Well, I mean, that was I think Phil lost because of his midsection,
Right.
100%.
Right.
Anything else is unbeatable.
Right.
That's my opinion, and I competed against Phil
Yeah.
many years.
Yeah.
And people who understand bodybuilding and saw him live,
Yeah.
in shape, in
Yeah.
condition,
2011.
that's
Crazy.
insane. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So, and that was his problem because he came and didn't have his stomach under control for the second year in a row.
Right.
And I mean, and like Sean was looking great too.
Yeah.
He was great in great condition. He was really peeled,
Yeah.
you know, but muscle and size and everything, you know, and sharpness, it goes to Phil. But I agree with the decision,
Yeah.
of course.
So, of course, Sean didn't do their show in 19. Phil didn't do their show in 19. So, of course, now our current Mr. Olympia is Brandon Curry. What do you think about this return this year? What do you think about this Olympia? What do you think is going to happen in your eyes?
Wow.
2020.
Okay. I hope everybody who is qualified can make it to the United States. Like
Adi,
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
William,
Many of top bodybuilders are still, you know, kind of, yeah. They don't know. Yeah. I think if Phil comes in without any problems or issues with his middle section or midsection, he will take it. He will take it. Brandon is huge, but Phil has, yeah, he's more superior. He has this maturity, this density, this is just, yeah, it's different,
Yeah.
different. But we'll see. I mean, if Brandon is in his best shape ever, you
And
know,
made
really
progress.
really
He made
peeled.
progress, yeah.
Brandon makes always progress.
Yeah.
Every time he's stepping on stage, he made some progress, and this is great. I mean,
Yeah.
this
That's
is amazing.
bodybuilding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is bodybuilding, and this is I'm happy to see that. I told him also last year that you know I'm really looking for that he's always kind of always improving, and
Yeah.
this is great.
Yeah.
Then we have Adi Chopin.
Yeah.
I mean, very dangerous. Very dangerous. If you know, last year was unbelievable.
Crazy.
Unbelievable.
Third
Third
place
place first year. I mean,
Wow.
who did it? I
Wow,
mean,
who does that? Yeah.
right. So really, he has a really good chance. But I hope he comes in to the United States, can make it. Then we have William Bonac. Body is always in shape.
Always.
I mean, he was second last year,
Yeah.
runner-up. Heads off, of course, once again.
Yeah.
And he's in the game, of course. I thought Flex is gonna be there, but unfortunately he's injured, and man, this is really really sad. And
That's one of your training partner buddies. So I want to go back a little bit. So when we were all together in 2007 at Milos' gym, we had Hide, we had you, we had Silvio, we had Flex. Everyone was there. That was like the mecca of Orange County. It was so great.
Oh yes.
I was so glad to be there during those years when you guys were all training here, all together, all the champions together. Oh my God.
That was something was what you're not gonna see again. I mean, this is just. I mean, even if you're been to Venice, it's not the same.
Not the
I mean,
same.
oh,
They weren't
man.
all training together. You guys were all training
Yes,
together as
yeah.
brothers.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Anything we
memories,
did,
huh?
just it's just, you know, we didn't had idea who's who, but we met there and just became friends, and that's what bodybuilding also is about, sports. Anyways, that's great and great times, anyways, and I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Never.
What's your best memory in bodybuilding? Was it winning the Arnold? Was it your second Olympia when you got fifth? What was your? If I ask you what was your best memory or moment in bodybuilding, what would you say it is?
Oh, but I can tell you just one. I have many of them.
Oh, you have
Yeah,
one and one.
yes, yeah. I mean,
Give me top three then.
top three. Okay. 2007 Mr. Olympia, definitely. Arnold Classic win, and I would say, man, it's hard to tell. Keystone Pro, my first win. That was insane because I got beaten 2 weeks before by Branch and everybody. So and then I was like the winner. So it was crazy. It was really good, really good. You remember the guy Desmond Miller?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Desmond Miller, yeah, he was second. He was huge at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, I met him. I met him 5-6 years later. Yeah, talked to him, and but never seen him after that.
Who did you learn the most, the most from in bodybuilding? Would you say who taught you the most? Who made you make the most progress? You would say.
As a professional, I would say Dennis James and Milos. Yeah, that's two guys.
Kind of like the same. Both of them.
I mean, they were friends back in the days and worked together. And then, as before I went first time to Fullerton, Dennis told me, Milo's gonna write you down everything. He's doing his job great, So
Dennis would come to Vegas to help you train sometimes. I remember seeing him here and training with you. And
yes. As I prepared for Olympia, we switched it up a little bit. I went to his place for 3-4 days just to get this extra push, and he came to Vegas for a couple of days. Yeah, we did it very very often. Every prep I did it.
Yeah. Who's your best friend in bodybuilding?
Bodybuilding, of course, Dennis.
Yeah.
I mean, Flex Lewis. I mean, all of them are great guys, but it's like the people I deal with. Who else? I mean, Bonak, William.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, many of them. Many
But
of them.
Dennis, speaks German too and all that stuff, so we have a
Yes.
lot in common. So
Dennis. How I met Dennis. He called me. He just gave me a call. Like, hey, what's
Speaking
up?
German?
Yes, yeah. I just turned pro, and he gave me a call, and yeah. And,
how do you get your number?
I don't even know.
You never asked?
No.
Okay.
I mean, hey, what would I say?
How'd you get this number?
Dennis James calling you,
Yeah.
You're like, you just turned pro. Dennis James is like, I don't know, pro for 10 years,
Awesome. He's a good guy. We did an interview with him in Arizona when I went last time. It was
Oh,
great.
okay. Yeah, always funny. Yeah.
Well, Dennis, I really appreciate you taking the time in your home to do this interview. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and Jay told me, you got to get Dennis. We got to see what's going on with him. I know you guys stay in touch here since you're almost neighbors in Vegas. He's a big fan of yours. He likes you a lot, and I would love to get you back for a workout. You still train, though, right?
Yes, let's do that. Let's do that.
That'd be great to have you guys on camera for
also
JayTV.
Great, I think, for German fans as well.
Yeah.
Maybe I can translate anything.
Yes.
Yes, let's
All
do
right.
that for sure. Thank you for being here. Thank you to having me on.
JayTV.
Thank you for having me on JayTV.
Yeah.
And Jay is a great guy. Is still killing it.
Yep.
I always say one of the best ambassadors for our sport. And I will hold on to it. I think for many years because this guy is just unstoppable.
Yeah. He still lives it. He's
Yes.
full time. As you said, he's full time bodybuilder.
That's what I still have to fix my shoulder. I have a surgery, which is still standing out.
Okay.
And I'm waiting for okay from my insurance because
Okay.
I want to do it in Germany, but now they have a lockdown again. And then also I will give up my green card tomorrow, so I cannot travel until I get my passport.
Okay.
So it sucks a little
Delays.
bit at the moment. So, but yeah, I'll be back and let's do a cool workout with Jay, and maybe I'll ask him what I always wanted to ask him as a young bodybuilder. So
Okay.
we'll
Save
find
that for
out.
later.
We'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out.
He's giving you guys in suspense.
Yeah.
All right, Dave Mad Max 6 with the great Dennis Wolf for JayTV on Muscle Beach TV, and we're out.